Good morning. It is Friday, May 15th. Boomer here. Had a nice Nero yesterday at Stanimals Hostel in Glasgow and getting ready to get back on the trail. So I will be checking in with you when I see something interesting. We're still very near the James River, and this is obviously one of the larger streams that feeds into this. It's very pretty, got a great perspective from up here on the hill, and I just wanted to stop and take a little video of it because it's worth taking a look at. Right in the center of your screen, I think you will see something shiny. There's some fog out over the valley there, but near the top of that mountain, I believe that is the Apple Orchard Mountain and the weather station that we were at a day or two ago. And now we have crossed completely over here and we've climbed a very steep mountain to get up where we are. And right down there is the James River. And I'm assuming that's a crow, but it's a nice view from up here. It's a bit hazy today, but it's still a pretty view. So I have been climbing all morning to get up here, and I'm a little out of breath. It's tiresome, but it's good to be standing up here this high. Oh, and by the way, we are closing in on the 800-mile mark. Probably less than 10 miles. We'll hit the 800-mile mark. If we don't hit it today, we'll hit it early tomorrow morning. So just wanted to let you know. I just saw this sign here, and it's the first one I've seen with, in case of emergency, your location is AT19, Amherst County Public Safety. Shout out to them for doing a great job of really helping to pinpoint when help is really needed, and response time is very important. During this segment, I had problems with the wind again taking over my microphone and keeping my voice from being heard. What I'm talking about is the fact that I was able to stop and sit on some nice cliffs and enjoy an apple that I packed out from my stay in town. It was really a lot of fun, and the scenery was beautiful, as you can see now as I switch the camera over. There's the rocks. And there's my feet on some rocks below and my apple. So it was a nice little break from my routine, a break from climbing, to sit down and really, really enjoy some lunch, have a bar, have an apple, and just enjoy myself. So I just wanted to share that with you. We're at the top of Bluff Mountain. Not sure exactly what that is down there, but it's something. Anyway, there's a nice view from up here. There's some big concrete blocks that I'm sitting on, and no idea what they are. Final thought for the day. Don't ever stay in a shelter that's near a pond. And if you wonder why, just listen. So, luckily, I can take my hearing aids out and mute some of that, but still, I'm going to be hearing that all night. So, if you have a choice between staying at a shelter that's near a pond or not, then I would suggest not. Good morning. It is Saturday, May 16th, and here's Boomer at the Punchbowl shelter, getting ready to have a little breakfast and then hit the trail this morning. All right, I ran into somebody here at the Punchbowl shelter that I didn't expect to see again for a while. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell him a little bit about when we met, and a little bit about his story. Tell us what you'd like for us to know. I can edit that out.
Yeah, right on. So my name is Beta. I met Boomer on my second night on the AT in Georgia. And he was with Sarge, and who else was it again? It was Sarge.
The director was her name.
Sarge and the director. And since then, I kept on hiking and got to around mile 787 before I had to get off because of coronavirus, with the ATC shutting everything down. And now that Virginia's opening back up, I decided I would start again. So and I ran into Boomer this morning.
Yeah, it was interesting because I was here all alone, thinking I was all alone, and I turned the corner of the shelter, and there he is tearing his tent down. So I said, fantastic. But anyway, it is great to see you again,
Good
and
to
I'm
see
glad
you
you're
too,
back
Boomer.
on the trail,
Okay.
and I hope that you'll send us some pictures of Katahdin, and I'll add that to this too.
Right on.
All right,
Sounds good.
thanks. Sometimes I get asked, what is it you eat out on the trail? Well, I want to share this morning's breakfast with you because I was in town yesterday and got a chance to go to the grocery store, which was really neat. So what I've got here initially is a tortilla with crunchy peanut butter, honey, and banana cut up on it, and that's looking really good. I've got some oatmeal here in this little cup, and I've got some pepperonis I'm going to finish off, and of course I've got my coffee in this mug right here. I cannot do without my coffee. So this is breakfast for today, and I'm going to have this and finish packing up and get back on the trail. It is a nice day for a morning walk through the woods. You can see the sun coming in between the trees. The trail's in pretty good shape right through here, and I think it's going to be a really nice day. Obviously there's rain in the forecast sometime soon, but I'm not going to let that deter what's going on right now because today is a beautiful day. There were no markers on the trail for the 800-mile mark, and I sat down here to have a little bite of candy at these trees and looked at my mileage and realized I'd done 800.5 miles. So I have crossed the 800-mile mark somewhere about a half a mile back. Yesterday I enjoyed an apple sitting on a cliff overlooking a valley. Today I've got my last apple that I picked up at the store the other day, and I'm sitting here looking at a reservoir. Let me flip the camera around and show you what I'm seeing. Not the greatest view in the world, but it's not bad. As you can see, there is water through those trees there. Kind of hard to pick out, but it's peaceful. My pack's taking a break here on this nice rock, and I'm sharing the rock over on this side. So enjoying my lunch break. Just thought I'd check in with you guys. Good morning here, Boomer, Sunday, May 17th. We had quite a thunderstorm yesterday afternoon late, just as we were coming across the top of a mountain on our way to the cow camp shelter, which is basically a half a mile down that path. It was the only shelter in town at that particular point in time, and it worked just fine. It's a nice shelter, but it is a little bit off the beaten path. But anyway, I got here yesterday afternoon, tried to dry my clothes. Far too much moisture in the air to do that, so they're all packed up in a plastic bag at the bottom of my backpack, trying to hang on until I can get to a place where I can legitimately dry them. But anyway, I'm back up here to the trail, and I'm getting ready to head north. So I will check back in with you if anything interesting happens. I'm now on Coal Mountain Bald, and I imagine if it wasn't so foggy, we would have some spectacular views from up here. Looks really neat. I see some hikers coming southbound here, but if you look off in the distance, you can see the faint outline of the mountains in that direction. So I'm going to keep heading and see what I can find. Even with the fog, this is beautiful. And I want to take some video this way. And then I want to move around and take some from the other side. It's not as clear as far as the view goes, but it's still very pretty. Hello, Boomer here. Just had a little bit of trail magic right here on the trail. I had stopped to sit down and get a bite to eat, had some snacks I was going to eat, and all of a sudden these three young ladies who were up here camping and hiking this weekend were coming through, and one of them said, "Hey, we've got some leftover food, would you like it?" Well, you know what they say about hungry hikers. You offer them food, they'll grab it and eat it. And I said I'd love it. So I ended up with some goldfish crackers and some pumpkin seeds and some carrots and celery to go along with the other stuff that I had, and it was absolutely delicious. So ladies, if you happen to watch this video, thank you so much for your kindness. I really appreciate it. This is a typical lousy day view. Exciting, isn't it?